Dumb, cool,
weird
podcast. Welcome to the Dumb, Cool, Weird podcast, and welcome to the month of Christmas.
Yes.
So
very much festivities over here.
Yep.
We're going to talk about how Santa conquered the Martians.
Yeah, and just, spoiler alert, he doesn't really conquer the Martians.
He conquers their hearts and minds, I guess.
Yeah, he does. Let me let this stupid cat in. You keep talking.
Yeah, so anyways, film starts off, normal Hallmark bullshit, where, we see these Martian children watching these human television programs where they're experiencing Christmas from human television. And now all these Martian children are just zoned out of their mind zombies who use their learning devices.
Yeah, learning devices, and they eat their food in pill form.
Their pill form food. So, and they also sleep on, table-like mattresses.
Yeah, don't forget
Stiff
that,
as fuck.
And don't forget that it also sprays out chloroform to put them to sleep.
He's like, I had to use the Emperor is like, I had to use the sleep spray on the children again.
And me and Nick are like, chloroform. Nice.
I guess it was legal at one point to tell your kid to shut the fuck up and go to sleep with some chloroform.
Yeah, just spray them. But basically what happens is they're watching so apparently in this universe, Santa Claus is a celebrity and everybody knows who the fuck he is. So,
yeah.
The reporter shows up and, by the way, the reporter's a terrible actor. He's just like, brr, it's cold,
Yeah, and they got the noise machine in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Doing what it's got to do.
Yep, pretty much. And so we cut to the Martians. The Martians are, like Nick said, the kids are watching their television, and then the master, the emperor, has to wake up the guy, and they use the typical noises with their little technology.
Oh yeah, he's got a manservant who's like the dumbest person on Mars.
Oh yeah, stupid.
But it's not as stupid as when they go and meet the elder, who sounds like he's dying the whole time. Children of Mars will rebel.
Yeah, and basically, apparently they live really old too. They live almost 1,000 years. And when they go to the forest, which by the way, I was expecting this giant
forest,
evergreen forest looking thing. No, it's not a forest.
It's a bunch of red rocks.
It's just a bunch of red rocks, and apparently Saturn's in the background too.
Yeah. And not to mention the fact is the guy is they get all the other council members together. And they completely ignore the wisdom of the old man saying you just let the kids play and have fun.
Yeah, apparently Mars has Martian wizards.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Well, it's better than the South. All we have is grand wizards.
But essentially what happens, though, is, long story short, they go to Earth in their spaceship that has an anti-gravity drive. And they comment on how fucking primitive the Earth is. This one guy, his name was Zer something?
Zor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what his name was. It starts with a Z. And basically, what is she doing?
She's eating the wires.
Yeah, don't let her eat those wires. But yeah, like I was gonna say though, basically he looked like the guy with the mustache.
He had the evil mustache. So
yeah, he's just the guy with the evil mustache. He looks at a human city and goes, "Oh, look how primitive they are! One shot from our gun,
Keurig or something. It's like a Keurig gun.
The Keurig gun would kill him. Which, by the way, apparently they have a Keurig.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, because he was talking about a Keurig or gun,
and then for some reason we had to have the Air Force montage.
Yeah, we have an Air Force montage. They're trying to figure out what it is. They're like, nah, it's a meteorite. And then the little girl's like, nah, it's Martians. And then the boy's like, nah, it ain't Martians. And then they get captured by the Martians. And
yeah, there's these two country kids just hanging out and enjoying their day. And the Martians kidnap them. And the evil guy, Gazorp, wants to kill the kids because he's got an evil mustache.
Yep, and basically they're too stupid to figure out that, everybody, there's a bunch of people that dress up like Santa Claus, but then they end up going to the North Pole, and they kidnap Santa Claus with a robot.
Which is hilarious, because the robot was used to capture the children who are escaping the spaceship. And those kids get into an encounter. I'm going to tell you right now, the budget of this film is completely garbage.
Mhm.
They had a polar bear attack them. It was a dude in like a mascot outfit, a polar bear mascot outfit for Coca-Cola.
Something you'd find at a fucking cheap ass Halloween store or something.
Or something you would find at a local high school football game.
Yep. And basically what ends up happening though is Santa Claus and the kids get captured. Although I will say it's really funny. They have these guns that freeze them in place, and they froze like a couple elves in place. And then the wife gets frozen in place, Mrs. Claus, and then Santa Claus walks up to Mrs. Claus and goes, "Oh, that's the she's never talked. She's never
been this quiet before."
Yeah.
Oh well, and to fast forward a little bit. All right, kids are now living on Mars with Santa Claus. The rest of the movie's pretty much trash. They create a whole workshop.
Yep, and he's like talking about how he's like tired, but the only thing that's tired on him is his finger because he's been pushing buttons.
Because the whole factory's automated. It doesn't require slave labor.
The second half of the movie, that's not really that interesting. It's literally just Santa Claus making toys, which, by the way, Santa Claus is fucking useless in this entire fucking movie. He's always trying to tell, like, these corny-ass jokes, and then he's kind of an idiot. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on half the time.
To be fair with you, it's like I said, I would have hated to live in the 60s or the 50s or, like, even the 70s. All garbage decades, by the way, with no entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, basically what ends up happening is Zaborp Azorp Borp, like the guy with the mustache.
Valdor Zurg.
Yeah, he basically, like, gets a couple of his henchmen. They try to kidnap Santa Claus. They kidnap one of the Martians that gets into the Christmas spirit, dresses up like Santa Claus, which, how the fuck do you not know that's one of your own kind dressed up like Santa Claus? It's pretty obvious. Green. He's green, and he has the fucking weird hat on.
Yeah, they made all of the Martians look like the Great Kazoo.
Yeah, and it's just, they look incredibly stupid, like, when they do that. This is supposedly a civilization that's conquered a lot of people and been in a lot of wars. I don't believe it. Yeah, the fight scenes are not believable.
And that's why Zaldor is always, like, mad or whatever. Like I said, mustache guy. He's always so mad. He's like, yeah, there's a decay happening here on Mars. We need to bring back the warlike spirit of Mars.
Yeah, and basically how it just kind of keeps going. I mean, then at the very end of the movie, there's like this fight scene between Zaldor and Santa Claus and the kids, and they beat the fuck out of this guy
with toys.
And bubble guts, like fucking bubbles. And then basically they lose, and then they don't really get disciplined that much. They're like the Emperor's like, well, he needs a timeout.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the corner, and you're gonna think about what you did.
Yeah, he's like, they need to cool off. It's like
that was what he said. He's like, I'm gonna bring you to cool off now.
Me and Nick were like, does that mean he's gonna get punished or
like a timeout?
Yeah, we couldn't figure that one out.
Put him in the penalty box.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, apparently Santa Claus and the kids are going home, and we're just like, all right. I thought the Emperor, like, master guy was like, no, you can't leave. Apparently he's leaving.
He does whatever he wants.
So they put him on the spaceship, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, so what do you think was dumb about this?
Bro, the entire fucking movie was dumb.
That's what I was thinking. What was weird about it? Probably the whole fucking movie, I guess.
I mean, it is a weird fucking movie. Like, Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
And he doesn't.
I mean, there's another movie that's the same Santa Claus, apparently. It's called Santa Claus
versus the Devil.
And we're going to save that one probably for next year. Because that'll be funny. But honestly, that's the dumb part. And as far as like cool, like,
wasn't anything cool.
I don't think there was much cool about this. I mean, I guess it was kind of cool how creative they got with the Martian stuff, but
they got really lazy with all the Santa Claus stuff.
Yeah, like, Santa Claus was a fucking lazy fucking asshole. He was trying to make jokes and stuff. There's just not a lot of conquering. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you hear Santa Claus conquers the Martians, I expect Santa Claus to get strapped and go clap some people, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't put on his strap on to go and clap on some people.
Yeah, like, he really didn't conquer them. It was more like he went there, they kept him there, and then he sort of like
got home.
I don't know. It seems like it's false advertising.
It is.
Because I could imagine being like back in the 60s, you know, those fools. And
those fools in 1968.
Yeah, I could just imagine watching this fucking movie in the theater and then just standing up and being like, this is fucking bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? But then again, if you're going to see a movie called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, I mean, you really... By the way they said Martians, the Martians, which was a very common way to say that back in the 20th century.
Apparently.
Because back then they thought, like, apparently Mars was this planet populated with people.
And trees.
And trees, apparently.
And water.
And water, apparently. Even though now we know it's a desert that is cold as shit and has hardly any atmosphere, and it gets bombarded by radiation every day.
So we're not going to Mars anytime soon.
No, and stay the fuck away from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Me and Nick were very disappointed with this one.
This is on par with King Kung Fu.
Yeah, we expected a lot better out of this movie, so just stay away from it. So there's your shitty fucking movie for the season. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So anyway.
All right, well, we're done here.
We're done with this one, so sign us off.
Well, stay sexy, Atlanta, and stay sexy, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, and stay the fuck away from Santa Claus Conquers the Martian.
From it, like the AIDS virus.
Thanks for checking out the Dumb Cool Weird podcast. We're a movie podcast now, so Movie Monday is every Monday about crappy movies from the 20th century. It's going to be great, folks. I can't wait to show y'all.